So yesterday, something happened. I was invited in Nairobi to become a dance judge. But the story is not about being a judge. Just imagine, several years back, I used to train dancers in Nairobi, like in the capital city of Kenya here in Nairobi. And some of the dancers that I trained have actually become so focused in life and are extremely successful to the point where they are now holding their own dance competitions. Like this event was being held by my former dance students, and they called me when I was at the coast and told me like, hey Sam, you have to travel to Nairobi, you have to be the judge in this dance competition. And guess what? I could not let them down. These are people that I mentored, these were my students, and I had to show up for them. And being the type of person that I am in terms of my love for the youth, I decided to travel all the way from Taita Taveta County to Nairobi. So today, I want to tell you guys a story about this lady in white and this other person in this brown t-shirt. Guess what? The two of them, the lady in white and the other person in that brown t-shirt, the two of them used to be my dancers a few years back. I trained them dance choreography in Kenya, and guess what? The two of them became one of the greatest dancers that I ever trained from this side of Africa. They were both in a team known as the EADE crew. It was a female dance team in Kenya, but we also had, it was like a big family, and the person you see on your right there with the brown shirt, he actually became even more than just a dancer. He ended up being one of the best choreographers in this country. And nowadays, do you know what they do? They hold major dance competitions around the country. And it's amazing. So a few days back, they called me and told me like, hey Sam, you have to be a judge. So for anyone who missed this competition, let me just give you an analysis of what happened. So this team in combat, these guys were so good. Their synchrony, transitions and energy was on point. And then there's this team known as the Great Hearts. These ladies were amazing. Their ability to tell just a story from the blues, like a story from nowhere. Like I did not even know that they were going to use that prop the way they used it. They had a mirror, and then something else that they had on stage was their ability to just be themselves. It's like every time they moved the mirror to one side of the stage, you could notice that their choreography just switched from levels to transitions and everything. And something else that I loved about these ladies was their ability to connect with their audience. If you were there, if you attended this competition yesterday, you can bear witness with me that these ladies have really improved. Considering the fact that this is not the first time I've watched them perform on stage. This time, when I watched their performance, I was like, oh my God, these ladies are really good. They are headed towards the right direction. Their ability to tell stories is amazing. And then we had this team known as the Mwanzo Mpya. These guys are just excellent and extraordinary. So their storytelling skill was from another world. They are really good in storytelling. Their choice of song, their props, everything, the way they move on stage, the way they are able to move from one level of storytelling to another, bit by bit, so that you can understand whether you're a dancer or not, is just amazing. So their story was like, there was this guy trying to get saved. He's trying to get salvation, but he's surrounded by demons and evil spirits. So these evil spirits try to pull him back every time he's trying to move towards God. Every time he's trying to move towards the cross, every time he wants to get salvation, the evil spirits pull him back from his mission. And what I loved about the performance was the way they would surround the guy, and then wanazunguka, and they try to distract him from reaching to where he wants to go. Because as you can see, one of the prop that they have there is a cross. A white cross on stage. So this guy is trying to reach to where this cross is, but the demons and the evil spirits cannot allow him to do that. So he has to struggle every time, because anytime he's just like close, like a second away from the cross, guess what? The evil spirits pull him back. But what caught my attention was their ability to not just tell the story, but they would mix the storytelling skill with choreography, because you would notice that every time he's about to reach hapo kwa cross, they would pull him back and then they do this short choreography, then they push him back kwa ground and they try to confuse him from getting that salvation that he wants to get. And then they had this short dancer, dancer mfupi mwenye alikuwa nasonga mbele, ana move and then I try kumdistract, they throw him back to the ground. Mwanzo mpya, these guys are good. So I need to tell you guys something. These guys, there's a point where one of them moves on stage near the cross and then they turn into this dope choreography with speed and synchrony. They're moving from one level to the other and you're like, oh my god, how's anyone noma sana. So I was just telling my other judges like, what, these guys are good, how's anyone fast, their choreography is dope. And you know, by the end of the day, you have to check everything kwa choreography. The way they move, their level of synchrony, their communication like among themselves, their ability to connect with the audience. And guess what? By the end of it all, the guy alifikia the salvation, and that was how their performance ended. And then immediately after them, there were these young kids when you walikuwa na great dress code, like the white and hizo ties are black and the skirts walikuwa nakapoa sana on stage, you know. And then before the song started, you could just tell by the way wamejipanga that their choreographer, the person who's training them, has really done a good job in terms of what they have to do before the DJ puts the song, because no one is moving. Hakuna mwenye anaambia nani ati sijui simama hapa songa pale. You know what dancers do on stage? These kids were just amazing. And then when their choreography started, one of them moves forward and it's like he's moving with the choreography and anajaribu kumove and all that, and they were just amazing. Their movements, what they were doing, the things that they were doing na mkono yao and the mguu and everything. What I like about them is just their ability to communicate. Body language, wanna communicate among themselves with their movements, with their choreography. That is the one thing I loved. I really loved about this team. And what I can say is that Kenyan dance has really, really improved. Nowadays, when you go to any dance competition in Kenya, you're always amazed, not just by the costume or the choreography, but the ability of, by the ability of each dance team to just make their performance as professional as possible. This is just amazing. Imagine these are young kids killing the choreography like this, making it look this dope on stage kwa live performance. This is amazing. It shows that they really rehearse. It shows that their choreographer is really, really good, because for kids to master this level of choreography, it means that their trainers are really, 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 really good. And this is amazing because it takes the Kenyan dance industry to the next level. And then next on stage was this team. Do you see huyo mtoto mwenye ako mbele, the kid in front? Look at the way that kid is moving. Look at the movements of that kid, the one in front. That is professionalism. You see, nowadays, Kenyan dance has really, really improved. And you know something good about them, something unique about this team is the dress code. Even though they need t-shirts, na jeans and all that, they're just amazing. And the reason why I need you guys to just know that the Kenyan dance has really improved is that that's another group of kids, and this is also another group of kids. These ones in red and black, they also nailed it. Like their movement on stage was just amazing. I noticed that some of them were using like TikTok moves and mixed with choreography, different levels of choreographies from old school, new school and all that, modern dances and traditional and everything. But it was just amazing seeing kids perform, making sure that their choreographers are well congratulated in every time we talked, we were always congratulating their choreographers for a job well done. You know, for you to be a choreographer, to train teams from scratch like this is not easy, because I remember our days when we used to dance, how we used to train dancers. It was not always as easy as it looks on stage. So we know what choreographers go through. We know what their trainers have to go through in order for them to be as excellent as they are on stage. So this was just amazing. Seeing them perform, seeing them execute their choreographies like this, it was extremely dope. And then finally there was this team. These guys are known as the Dance Art dance art crew or dance art family. They were really good. They were really, really good. You know, most dance teams in this competition were telling stories, extraordinary stories. If you are the type of person who attended this event, you would actually understand that this team was actually a notch higher than any other team in that place. These guys were really, 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 really good in terms of their storytelling skill, because their choreography started with like one person on stage, then that person dances, then another lady joins the person, they do like a duo, then they had like a prop on stage. Immediately after the prop, they have another prop again with people coming from the left side of the stage, and then it reaches a point where now the choreography is at its climax, and they remove crosses qua belt, and it's like they're trying to pray on stage and everything, trying to cast out demons on stage and everything, and it was just amazing. And their outro and intro nailed it for them. That was where they actually stood up above the rest, because their intro and outros were so good. You know, sometimes as a dancer, it's not just about the choreography, it's also about your intro and the outro, and that is how it was yesterday.